Roger Nygard, and you have the film Nature of Existence.
The nature of existence, all the mysteries of the universe revealed, sort of.
Okay, so how did you come about to make that film?
I started making this film when I was 7 years old, in my head, because that was when I first realized someday I was going to not be here. Once you realize someday you're going to be gone, it sort of prompts an existential crisis, or at least a moment. And I think most people, and I did too, you just kind of forget about it. You put that away, and then you go on with your life and, you know, ignore it until that day comes when you have to face it again, which is either illness or death of the family or near-death experience or something. And for me, it was when my father died when I was 13, and once again I had to face that question, why are we here? What's the point? What happens to us when we're gone? And then, most recently, the final incident that set me on this trajectory making this movie was 9/11. It sort of forced the whole country to think about their mortality. Why are we here? And you know, if those people could be gone in an instant, it could have happened to any one of us. So I started thinking about all those questions that have been in the back of my mind since I was 7 years old. Why are we here? Do we have a soul? Where does it go when we die? And who could answer these questions? I wrote down all my questions, which totaled about 85, and then I went on the road. I took my questions on the road, and I asked people these questions, and then I took all those answers and collected them into this documentary, The Nature of Existence.
You know, you've done other films too.
This is my fourth documentary project. My first was a documentary about Star Trek fans, where I interviewed Trekkies, Trek fans, and found out what made them tick. Why are they so interested in Star Trek, and what is it about them and Star Trek that makes that show so worthy of having conventions and writing fan fiction and leading to 10 movies and 6 separate movies or a television series. I mean, it's unprecedented. So there was something going on. And I found out that what makes Star Trek different is it's maybe the only, or one of very few, science fiction projects or shows that portrays the future in a very positive light, where humans are going forth, they're going forward, and we're doing better than we are now. Most science fiction shows a negative or a decaying or decrepit future. So Star Trek fans like that about Star Trek.
Yeah, and then Star Trek is also coming out with another movie in a few weeks.
Yeah, they're rebooting the franchise. This will be interesting to see what happens. This will be movie number 11.
Now, we interviewed ELLIE KAHNER, and you know her from way back.
Going to film festivals like this, you inevitably run into people you know, or you've worked with, or maybe collaborated on other movies or other projects with. And ELLIE KAHNER, who is a director, who's also here at the Newport Beach Film Festival, worked with me on my first 2 projects, my first short film and my first feature. She cast both of them. And she did that while she was working as an agent. Her first job was as an agent. Then she went into casting. As together we have sort of embarked on my first feature, and now she's also directing. So it's really wonderful to run into people who are also at the festivals with their film.
And you both have films here at the film festival, which is amazing. So it is a small world. Oh
yeah. The entertainment business is a very small group of people who are actually doing it. A lot of people say they want to do it, or someday I'd like to do it, or I'm trying to do it. But it's a small group that are actually making films, and there's really nothing to stop someone. You know, if you really want to be a director or a filmmaker, you just have to go do it. And even if you can't afford it, make a film that's as long as you can afford. Make a 1-minute short, if that's all you can afford. Start somewhere.
Thank you, Roger. Thanks.